There's a saying that cats have 9 lives. Do you think cats really have 9 lives? Why do you think people say they have 9 lives? We're going to read a story by Jan Brett called Comet's 9 Lives. This is the third book in the group of stories by Jan Brett. What do you remember about Jan Brett's stories? In this story, Jan Brett imagines what it would be like if cats really did have 9 lives. As you listen, think about the special ways that Jan Brett wrote and illustrated the story. Comet was born 30 miles out to sea on Nantucket Island. He grew up wandering all over the island, staying a few days here and a few days there. One summer day, Comet stopped in a garden to nibble some tasty-looking foxgloves. First, they made him feel woozy. Then he fell into a deep sleep. I love the way Jan Brett makes her illustrations. How can you tell this illustration was made by Jan Brett? When Comet woke up, he felt fine, but different. Oops! He realized that he had lost the first of the 9 lives every cat has when it is born. Maybe I should find myself a home. And he trotted into the bookstore and settled down on top of a stack of bestsellers. Uh-oh, Comet lost the first of his 9 lives. Look closely at the picture of Comet waking up. What do you notice? Look at the next illustration. What do you notice about the people in the bookstore? Life was good until one day it rained all morning and the islanders hurried inside for something to read. In the rush, Comet's tower of bestsellers toppled over him, and he was buried under a pile of books. Oh no, he had turned the page on life number 2. I think I need some fresh air. So down to the docks he went and arrived just as a little scalloper, the Gene T, was casting off. Once underway, an easterly wind blew up, and Comet knew he had made a mistake. Up, up the Gene T rose. Down, down, down she flew on the following sea. Comet hung on until a huge wave foamed around across the stern, and he felt himself afloat on the high seas. The tide carried Comet back into the harbor, but as he flicked the salt from his whiskers, life number 3 went out with the tide. Comet was still recovering from the beach when he heard music. It was the annual 4th of July concert. He climbed up a tree for a better look. The music reached its loudest chord. Comet got so excited that he lost his grip and plunged down into the tuba. 3 waltzes and a Sousa march later, Comet staggered away, and life number 4 sounded its last chord. Comet spent the night trying to figure out what to do next. He wished there was another cat around to ask if its 9 lives were going by as quickly as his. The next day, everyone was going up to an open window and coming down with an ice cream. Comet was hungry, so he trotted after the crowd. The staff at the ice cream shop gave Comet his own bowl of leftover milkshake. He felt so welcome that he decided to stay. But all too soon, an island health officer burst into the shop and spotted Comet. Furball, he cried. Feline residues, maximum infractions. Do you think that there's another cat around that Comet could talk to? What makes you think that? It was Waffles' first time on the island. She was happy to have Comet's company, and off they went, bumpity bump all around the island. Just as they reached the bottom of the last hill into the village, Waffles screeched hard to avoid a taxi. Comet went flying along with life number 6. Uh-oh, Comet has lost his 6th life. How many does he have left? What do you think will happen next? Comet was limping by the island theater when a poster advertising the last performance of Summer caught his eye. A beautiful actress with a sweet smile looked out at him. Maybe she would like to take a cat home with her. Comet pranced happily on stage and purred loudly. The actress sneezed. "There's a cat in here," she shrieked. "I'm allergic to cats." She spotted Comet and hurled her sequined high heel right at him. Comet flew through the air into the last row. The curtain had come down on life number 7. Fall breezes were blowing up as summer visitors headed for the ferry. Comet wandered alone along the beach. He could see the red beacon of the Bryant Post Lighthouse in the distance. What has Comet found on the beach? Waves crashed and pounded on the sand. The wind picked up, and deck chairs and lobster pots flew by Comet. It was Hurricane Elmador heading straight for Nantucket Island. All Comet could see now was the blinking lighthouse beacon. He ran toward it when a huge wave broke on top of him. The rushing surf carried Comet into the open doorway as life number 8 washed out to sea. Dazed, he opened his eyes and saw a green light across the room. "Meow," someone purred. "Meow," he answered, looking up. He was staring into the green eyes of the lighthouse cat. At that moment, he knew he was home. And as the fall days turned to winter, Comet knew exactly where he wanted to live for the rest of his life. Comet has finally found another cat. Do you think they like each other? How do you know?